Are you struggling to connect to Azure Queue Storage from within a Docker container? You're not alone. In this video, we'll be discussing one of the most common errors faced by developers when trying to integrate Azure Queue Client with their Dockerized applications. The error message: Azure.QueueClient error when connecting to host.docker.internal can be frustrating and confusing, especially if you're new to containerization or cloud storage. In this video, we'll break down what this error means, why it occurs, and most importantly, how to resolve it. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a clear understanding of the underlying concepts and a step-by-step guide on how to troubleshoot and fix this issue. So let's dive into the details. The Azure Queue Client is a powerful library that allows you to interact with Azure Queue Storage from within your application. However, when running your app inside a Docker container, things can get tricky. The error message: Azure.QueueClient error when connecting to host.docker.internal usually indicates that there's an issue with the DNS resolution or network connectivity between the container and the Azure Queue Storage. One common reason for this error is that the host.docker.internal hostname is not properly resolved within the container. This hostname is a special alias that allows containers to access the host machine's loopback interface, which is required for connecting to Azure Queue Storage. However, if your Docker setup doesn't include the necessary DNS configuration, or if there are network connectivity issues, this resolution may fail. To better understand what's going on, let's consider an analogy. Imagine you're trying to send a package to a friend who lives in another city. You write their address on the package, but the postal service can't find the recipient because the address is incorrect or incomplete. Similarly, when your container tries to connect to Azure Queue Storage using host.docker.internal, it's like sending a package with an invalid address. To fix this issue, you need to ensure that your Docker setup includes the necessary DNS configuration and network connectivity settings. This might involve updating your Docker daemon settings, modifying your container's network configuration, or even reconfiguring your Azure Queue Storage setup. In summary, the error Azure.QueueClient error when connecting to host.docker.internal usually occurs due to issues with DNS resolution or network connectivity between the Docker container and Azure Queue Storage. To resolve this issue, you should verify that host.docker.internal is properly resolved within your container. Check your Docker daemon settings and container network configuration for any issue. Reconfigure your Azure Queue Storage setup if necessary. Thank you for watching. If you're still struggling to connect to Azure Queue Storage from within a Docker container, please leave a comment below with more details about your issue. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on cloud computing, containerization, and software development. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos, please let me know. Your feedback is invaluable in helping me create high-quality content that addresses the needs of our community. Until next time, happy coding!